Sometimes cleaning a car just isn't enough. Ivan LaCroix, sometimes you need to polish.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. Today we're going to show you a quick, easy way to bring gloss, depth, shine to your black paint. But it's not just black, any color. But today we have a black subject with us. This is a 5 or 6 year old Nissan Leaf that sits outside 24/7, doesn't get a lot of love.
We've said a lot that if you're just gonna pick one pad and one polish,
Yep.
gold standard waffle pad on the dual action machine with the gold standard polish. Ivan, we've done a whole video on test spots. We can explain all of that, but if you don't understand what you don't understand and you're looking for something that's kind of plug and play,
Right.
Why does the yellow waffle with the gold standard polish just work?
It gives you cut, it gives you finish. It's a waffle surface that keeps the surface cool, and it allows you to get into areas quite easily. Paired with our 25mm dual action machine, you're gonna get a great finish, a great amount of cut as well. And by cut, we mean you're actually removing clear coat. So this is not something you wanna do too often, but that's why we're putting protection afterwards, that protection in the form of NV ceramic sealant.
We're gonna show you how this works. I've already got my pad primed with gold standard polish. Ivan, show them how to clean the pad, show them how to put the polish on,
Yep.
and then we'll show you how to make your paint shine.
It's very simple. I have some rinseless wash and a little sprayer, that's all you need. Then run it up against the pad washer. Spin the excess liquid out of the pad, and then as it's still turning, one spray of the gold standard polish. Now that I have gold standard polish on my pad, it's slightly damp, we're ready to go. And I like to start on the hood because that is the most visible part of the vehicle, and that's where I'll be starting.
We've already washed, we've already decontaminated, we've properly prepped this paint. This is the fun part, Ivan.
Yeah.
You don't have to overthink it, you just have to follow a couple basic steps.
Right, speed 2 on the machine, maybe speed 3, up to you. I like speed 2. And we're just going over the surface. Now, the important part is when you're polishing, don't go too far, don't overextend yourself, don't be reaching, don't be doing things like that. The other part of this is do overlapping lines, and that overlapping is 50%. And an easy way of visualizing that is this. So I've done one line. 50% means I'm going to put the halfway point of my pad in line with the edge of my polish residue. Now, one thing that you might hear in the detailing lore is don't polish over edges. With a waffle pad, it's safe. With a flat pad, you're putting a lot of stress on that edge. With a waffle pad, because of the way it conforms to the surface, that's not a big deal. And you'll notice how the waffle pad is getting everywhere. I just have a little line here that may be missing a bit of polish, and I can rectify that by just putting the edge of the polisher on it. And filling in that little valley.
I actually went in an opposite direction of you just to show that it actually doesn't matter what direction you're going, up, down, or left, right. I think about it like mowing the lawn, you know? When you're mowing the lawn, you just want those 50% overlapping passes with your lawnmower in the grass. A lot of people who like cleaning cars also like mowing their lawns.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll resonate with you if you've never polished before, but you've mowed your lawn. I did leave this strip here, that wasn't intentional. I just was kind of having fun. So I will cover that strip up, but you could go cross-hatching this way, you could go cross-hatching this way, you could do back and forth.
Right.
It doesn't really matter.
No, and when you're learning, it's easy to say left, right, up and down, left and right. That way you have a mental cue and a visual cue as to where you've been and what step you're on.
Tic-tac-toe. You just want to do it 3 times, right?
Right.
3 sections overlapping.
Yeah.
Up, down,
and the
left, right, up, down. It's a
Right.
really easy way to think about it.
And the 50% overlap as we have here. And then from there, you wipe off your polish residue. Now,
Often we'll teach like 2x2 sections. This is a lot bigger than that, Ivan. Can we talk about section size?
it's a little larger than that. we're standing here, we're able to move. So we're actually able to move our feet from one part to the other. When you're starting, you might want to start a smaller section. We have more experience, and when you can read the polish, that becomes more important. And by reading the polish, there comes a time when you're polishing that polish residue starts to clump up, and you'll see it'll look literally like clumps. When that happens, you're not polishing anymore. You're just making noise with the machine. So what you want to do is restrain yourself to a smaller section or a fewer number of passes when you see that happen. The more aggressive the pad is, the smaller the section size. So with our red waffle pad, I could do this whole hood without having to put new polish on it. With our wool pad on the DA, I might be able to do just a section about this size, because beyond that, I'm taking off clear coat, and as I'm taking off clear coat, that is what is causing that clumping action. But and this is a small hood, so doing it like this, it's fine. And I like to do 3 passes. So like I said, left, right, I'll do up and down, I'll do left, right again, and then we'll be done. For an all-in-one polish, we don't have one in our line. We have Envy instead. Now, the reason we don't have an all-in-one polish is you're fighting an abrasive versus a sealant. Neither one of them wins in that case. You have a sealant that's not going to last long, and you have an abrasive that's not going to cut well because of the sealant. Instead, what we do is we polish with a gold standard polish. We take our rinseless dampened towel, one light pass. We're not trying to remove all the polish residue here. All we're doing is emulsifying that polish residue, and then 1 or 2 sprays of Envy ceramic detail spray. Take our dry towel and apply the protection, bring out the gloss, and now we have nice, clean, polished, protected paint. Very simple, very easy way of doing it, very quick as well. Personally, I like to wipe off as I go. Nick likes to leave the residue there. What's your reason for that, Nick?
Ivan, I wipe off at the end so I know where I've been.
Right.
This is like coloring in the lines for me, and it tells me where I've been, and it's really easy to wipe off at the end. I think you're crazy for wiping as you go. It doesn't make any sense to me. I always forget where I've been. But I'm actually doing tire lotion on the tires now. Usually you save that till last. Usually people put tire covers over their tires. Am I crazy for putting the tire lotion on the tires before the polishing job's even done?
No, because it'll look good as we're going by. You're not crazy. Some systems, you get sling. And sling means as you're starting to polish, there's excess polish on the pad that gets thrown everywhere. And that will get on the tires. And if you have a black tire with a white spots of polish on it, doesn't look good. We don't do sling. Sling isn't something we like doing here. Our tire dressing doesn't sling off the tires, and our polish doesn't sling off the pads. Nick, what's the utility in polishing the windows?
Well, they clean them very well, and they look very bright. Like brightly polished windows just makes the whole vehicle pop. Kind of like what you said, utility. I think shine tires make a vehicle pop, and shiny windows, glossy windows make a vehicle pop. And if you don't clean your glass, it can get embedded contaminants in there.
Right, and even though we've done the decontamination towel, iron remover, water spot remover, glass is very porous actually, and this does a deep cleaning of it, makes it easier to clean in the future, easier to keep clean, your wipers are gonna work better. There's a lot of advantages to it.
Absolutely.
And it only takes a couple seconds. So now I've done all the upper portions of the vehicle. I'm wiping them down with the rinse and dampened towel. I'll add Envy and then do the dry towel. And the reason I break it up like this is I know I've done the uppers, now I can do the lowers, move along the vehicle. Thank you for putting the wipers down, Nick.
Yeah, I noticed these were up, and we don't want to keep those up because why don't we want to keep them up, Ivan?
If they fall down, they can actually break the windshield.
There you go. Trying to stay safe around here. I think you're probably much more efficient than I. For some reason today, I wanted to do the lowers while I was here. So I'm just saying if I'm here, I'm gonna do them and I'm gonna keep moving. I know you like to do uppers, lowers. I've done my section, now I can move back. That's how I'm feeling today. And I guess going by feeling is not the way to be efficient, is it?
Not always.
There's a system to it, yeah.
While I'm here, I did a bit of NV ceramic sealant to the wheel, bit of tire dressing on the tire, and I can move on to the next section. You'll notice the back bumper, these are cracks in the paint. There's nothing we can do as detailers to remove these cracks. This bumper needs to be repainted. We're still gonna polish it a little bit, get it nice and clean, put the NV ceramic detail spray on it, just to make sure that it's protected like the rest of the vehicle until they get it repainted, but this needs to be repainted. This is not a job for a detailer. Almost done there, Nick?
Done polishing, now it's time to wipe off and protect.
Actually, you're not done polishing it. You missed a spot.
Yeah, that's that front section?
Yeah. So that's an advantage of Nick's way of doing it.
Yeah, it's true.
If he misses a spot, it's easy to find out.
It's very clear. This was a spot where I wondered if we should do more than just the gold, but you did the gold and gold here?
Yeah.
There's just, I don't know, is this a different?
It's plastic.
This is plastic and this is
metal with paint.
Metal with paint, yeah. And so the way this is scratched up just looks nasty, and I was wondering if I should try to compound that first or
no.
Just going for the one step.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not done yet, folks.
And another little tip, when you're wringing out your towel, do it over your bucket.
Not the ground?
That way you don't get the floor wet. You don't create a tripping hazard.
That's true.
Slipping hazard. And you're conserving product. Now, speaking of missing a spot, I purposely missed a spot, and that is the rear door here. And we can see and feel the difference between this door and the rest of the vehicle. That's an important part of this, is to show you what the results are. And this looks gray to my eyes, the rest looks black. Is it perfect? No, but look at the improvement that we got between this back door and this front door.
That's the art and beauty of the one-step polish. We don't go for perfection. We go for shine and gloss. We're removing some deep stuff. And to 99.9% of people out there, they're just gonna see this and be like, wow, that's really shiny.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it for yourself, that's all you need too. Like, polish to the level of your own satisfaction. Daily drivers should never have perfection as the goal.
No. Speaking of perfection as the goal, we're gonna finish this one up off camera because you've seen us do everything we need to do. But we have another one that we really went after it. Actually, Nick went after half of it. On the other half, I did a little less work. And the results speak for themselves. It's right here.